Welcome to Stars of Wisdom, where we unlock the secrets to living a meaningful and fulfilling life. Today, I want to share with you a crucial topic in the journey of personal development: how to build unshakable self-confidence through the daily practice of discipline. Have you ever wondered why some people seem naturally confident, strong, and decisive, while others struggle with self-doubt and insecurity? Is it that they were born with that confidence, or is it the result of a long process of consistent effort? The answer might surprise you. Self-confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through small, consistent actions every day. In our modern lives, we're constantly faced with challenges and opportunities. But what if I told you that you could start building powerful self-confidence today with just one simple thing: daily discipline? And what's even more exciting is that you don't have to do it alone. By applying the fundamental principles of discipline, you can create strong habits that bring you closer to the best version of yourself. Let's explore how discipline can become the key that unlocks a life full of confidence and success. Imagine waking up in the morning and you decide to take a few simple but important actions to start your day. You wake up on time, you prepare a healthy breakfast, you organize your tasks for the day, and you commit to completing them. These seemingly small actions not only help you have an effective day, but more importantly, they create a sense of accomplishment and pride. This is a key part of how daily discipline builds your self-confidence. Self-confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through specific actions you take every day. When you can trust yourself to follow through with your commitments, you begin to feel in control of your life. And when you feel in control, you naturally become more confident in every situation. Discipline creates consistency, and consistency is the foundation for lasting self-confidence. So how exactly does discipline relate to confidence? Let's dive a little deeper. When you act with discipline, you're not just creating results, you're also shaping a strong identity for yourself. You're proving that you can follow through with tasks regardless of the circumstances. A fascinating study by psychologist Carol Dweck sheds light on this idea, distinguishing between two types of mindsets: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed through effort and discipline. Because of this, they can overcome challenges, learn from failures, and steadily build confidence over time. On the other hand, those with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are static, making them more likely to give up when faced with difficulty. This illustrates that discipline not only helps you act, but also fosters the right mindset about your abilities. One important thing to remember: discipline is not about restriction or forcing yourself. It's about making a commitment to live by the values and goals you've set for yourself. Every time you take a disciplined action, no matter how small, you're affirming to yourself that you can do it. You're learning to trust your ability and building a strong sense of identity based on your actions, not just your words or thoughts. And from there, your self-confidence begins to grow. For example, when you commit to waking up early every day, you're not only building a good habit, but you're also strengthening the connection between your promises and your actions. You know that you can do it, and this gives you a sense of power, control, and, most importantly, self-confidence. So why is discipline the most important factor in building self-confidence? The reason is simple. Every time you work with discipline, you're creating an environment in which you can express and develop yourself. You can think of discipline as a protective mechanism that helps you overcome self-doubt and procrastination. When you proactively build habits and stick to them, you create stability in your life, which reduces insecurity and boosts self-confidence. Discipline also helps you not only overcome challenges, but face them head-on, which increases problem-solving abilities and your confidence in dealing with adversity. Practical steps to practice discipline to build self-confidence. Now that we understand the powerful connection between discipline and self-confidence, the next step is to put this knowledge into action. How can we actively practice discipline in our daily lives to cultivate a deeper sense of self-belief? It's not enough to just know that discipline is important. We need to develop habits that support this goal. Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 essential steps that will help you practice discipline in a way that builds your self-confidence. The first step is to start small and focus on one thing at a time. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when we try to change everything at once. We all have goals, dreams, and aspirations, but attempting to tackle all of them simultaneously can lead to burnout and frustration. So start with one action, one habit that you can commit to consistently. It could be as simple as setting a goal to exercise for 20 minutes every day, making your bed every morning, or reading a chapter of a book each day. The key is to pick something that's both achievable and meaningful to you. When you successfully complete that one task every day, no matter how small, you'll start to feel a sense of accomplishment. And that sense of accomplishment is one of the building blocks of self-confidence. Let me give you an example. Imagine you've set a goal to wake up at 6 a.m. every day. In the beginning, it might be challenging. Your bed feels cozy, and the snooze button is just too tempting. But if you make it a priority to wake up at 6 a.m. every day, you start to create a sense of consistency and reliability within yourself. Every day that you wake up at the time you set for yourself, you prove to yourself that you can follow through on your commitments. And over time, this simple action begins to reinforce your self-confidence. You'll start to believe, I can do this. I have control over my actions, and I'm capable of sticking to my goals. The second step is to build a routine and structure around your goals. Discipline thrives when you have a clear plan and a consistent routine. A routine provides you with the structure you need to stay on track, and it eliminates the need for decision-making when it comes to whether or not you'll follow through on your commitments. For example, instead of wondering each morning whether you should work out, you've already scheduled it as part of your daily routine. You don't give yourself the option to skip it. This creates a sense of reliability in your actions. And when you can rely on yourself to stick to your routine, your confidence grows exponentially. Here's an illustration. Think of a time when you were successful at something, whether it was completing a project, reaching a fitness goal, or even just making it through a challenging week. Chances are, you were able to achieve that success because you followed a routine or structure that supported your goal. Whether it was setting aside time each day for the task or breaking it down into manageable steps, having a structured approach allowed you to stay focused and consistent. By building a routine that aligns with your goals, you're creating a self-sustaining cycle of discipline and confidence. The third step is to embrace the process and fall in love with the journey, not just the outcome. Many of us are focused on the end result, the achievement, the recognition, or the reward. But true discipline and self-confidence come from fully immersing yourself in the process, not just chasing the end goal. When you begin to enjoy the daily actions that lead to your goal, you stop seeing discipline as a chore and start seeing it as a form of self-care. This shift in mindset can make all the difference. Instead of focusing on how long it will take to reach your goal, focus on how each step is contributing to your growth and development. Consider a story about the famous author Stephen King. He writes every single day, no matter what. Not because he's chasing fame or money, but because he loves the act of writing itself. It's his discipline that keeps him writing day after day, and it's this discipline that has led to his massive success. King once said, "Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work." By embracing the process and finding joy in the daily practice, you build the type of discipline that is sustainable over the long term, and that in turn builds your confidence. One final point to remember is that it's okay to fail along the way. Discipline doesn't mean perfection, it means consistency. If you slip up, don't be too hard on yourself. Acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and get back on track. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter what. This is where true growth happens, in the moments where you push through despite the obstacles. Each time you get back up after a fall, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of overcoming challenges, and that builds your self-confidence even more. Real-life example of a famous person, Michael Jordan. Now let's take a moment to look at a real-life example of someone who has not only achieved extraordinary success, but also demonstrated how discipline can build unshakable self-confidence. One of the most iconic athletes of all time, Michael Jordan, is often regarded as the epitome of perseverance and discipline. But did you know that Jordan was actually cut from his high school basketball team? In fact, he wasn't considered good enough to make the varsity team in his sophomore year at Laney High School. Many people would have seen this as a failure, a confirmation that they weren't cut out for success. But Michael Jordan, he didn't see it that way. Instead of giving up, he channeled his frustration into one thing: discipline. Jordan made a decision that he was going to prove his worth, and he committed himself fully to improving his game. He practiced tirelessly, pushing himself in ways few athletes ever do. Every morning, he would get up early to work on his shooting, his dribbling, and his physical conditioning. He wasn't waiting for some stroke of luck or divine inspiration. He was putting in the hard work day after day. And here's the key. It was through this discipline that Jordan developed the confidence he needed to succeed, not just in high school, but throughout his entire career. Jordan's story is a perfect illustration of how discipline leads to self-confidence. He didn't come out of the gate as a superstar. He built his confidence by practicing relentlessly, facing failure, and using it as fuel to get better. His success wasn't just about his talent. It was about his unyielding discipline and his belief in himself, which he nurtured through daily work. Jordan himself has said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." His failures didn't break his confidence. They reinforced it because each failure was an opportunity to learn and grow. Through this continuous practice and discipline, he built the rock-solid confidence that made him one of the greatest basketball players of all time. So, what can we learn from Michael Jordan's story? The key takeaway is that building self-confidence is not an overnight process. It's a journey that requires patience, consistency, and discipline. Jordan's path to greatness was built on the foundation of small, consistent actions. And that's exactly how you can build your own confidence. Every day that you commit to practicing discipline, whether it's waking up early, sticking to your goals, or pushing yourself in the face of challenges, you're creating a version of yourself that is stronger, more resilient, and ultimately more confident. I want you to leave today with one simple message. Discipline is the most powerful tool you have to build lasting self-confidence. It's not about waiting for confidence to magically appear. It's about taking action, step by step, and trusting that each small act of discipline will build the foundation for your growth. No matter how big or small your goals are, the process of becoming a more disciplined person is what will empower you to reach them. And remember, just like Michael Jordan, you will face setbacks. You will experience failures. But these are not signs that you should give up. They are opportunities to grow and to prove to yourself that you can overcome anything. With discipline, you will continue to rise day after day, building the self-confidence that will carry you to new heights. So, I encourage you today to take action. Start small, create your structure, embrace the process, and stick with it. The results will follow, but more importantly, you'll begin to see a transformation in how you feel about yourself. Confidence is not something that comes easily or quickly, but with discipline, it's something that is absolutely within your control. Take that first step, and let's start building a future of unshakable self-confidence, one disciplined action at a time. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Stars of Wisdom. Remember, your journey toward greater self-confidence starts now, and it starts with you. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and most importantly, believe in yourself.